Hey guys, what's up? It's Faircloth Arts, and I've got a really cool project for you today. I don't know if you're familiar with Star Wars, the franchise Star Wars, but they have a new TV show out called The Mandalorian. And in The Mandalorian, there is this creature called the Mythosaur. It's like this big thing, whatever. Well, anyway, I'm going to make that today. And I'm going to take you along with me. So, be sure to like and subscribe. And share this video with all your friends if you like it. And leave a comment about what you'd like to see next. Anyways, without further ado, guys, hope you like the video.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start this off with some white clay, some regular beige clay. Got all my tools here. No different than the pots, we are going to bulk this guy out with tinfoil. That is the only time I'm going to say bulk in this video, I promise. We'll bulk this guy out with some of the white clay. This stuff's just a lot cheaper. It's a little more malleable to work with, so we're going to use that just to rough these things in. This part here, I wish I paid a little more time to, because I don't realize, but the lack of attention detail does show in the final product, but it's not as big of a deal as I'm making it out to be. Anyway, I roughed in some very light details on that, and now we're going to start laying in the major details with the beige Sculpting. And guys, I'm actually looking for a tutor, so if you know one, let me know. I need somebody to help teach me how to keep things in shot, in the frame, and in focus. So if you know anybody who could hook me up, just shoot me their information in the comment section. I appreciate you. I actually pulled this skull from my skeleton collection in my closet, so we're going to use this for reference. So in this sped up area, I'm working on the teeth here. These turned out to be quite a struggle. You can also see me with this little cutter looking thing. It's just a silicone tool that's helping me deepen these cracks. All that's going to catch paint whenever I do washes later, so it helps get the depth to be quite apparent. Notice the focus on my face. This is my "that was a crisp line" face. You can see I went ahead and put on the cheekbones. We're just going to give those some detail. It wasn't super difficult, just attach it in the front and some bacon bond in the back. I'm going ahead and wrapping the horns, doing those with some Super Sculpey, running some lines through. They're not very complicated, so I didn't film a whole lot of that, but they turned out quite nice. So we're sending that off for the first bake. When it comes back, we've got to attach these horns. So that's the only thing we're gonna do, and then throw it right back in the oven. All I do is take a wire and run it through the horns and attach it to the main skull piece, and then some bacon bond and clay, and it holds everything together quite nicely. It did feel really weird drilling holes into this, but it worked, so whatever. While that is baking, I'm going to get started on the back plate, or rather the mount. So I take that piece, cut it in half, and you can see real quick I sand it down to half the size. I totally didn't go back and cut it off camera to get it to the right proportions, but you got to trust me on this, guys. You just got to trust me. So that thing comes back. Unfortunately, it was cracked a little bit, but while it was cooling, I decided to get some plumber's putty and shove it in the crack. You don't even notice it. It goes away immediately, not a problem at all. While that's cooling off, I decide to go ahead and paint the back. We're going with a washed yellow. I really liked, there's a company called Regal Robots that actually makes the Mythosaur skull. So I decided to use their reference, and I really liked their background, so I went with that. It was just a simple yellow wash. Go ahead and get a white coat down on this skull. Just a plain white. I think I put a drop of brown in it, but nothing crazy. Then a quick brown wash on the back. Give it a little bit more wear and tear. Looks pretty good. While I'm there, I'm going to go ahead and throw a hook on the back and a stem to mount the head on in just a minute. Now I'm going in with some brown, just darkening up the deep areas of the skull. Then immediately after, I go in with a brown wash. This really makes it nasty, really makes it look old. And then quick white highlights. Nothing super, I didn't want it to be super clean, super bright. So I went in with just some very, very light white and brown highlights. Last thing to do is just attach this skull to the back plate. So I drill a hole. Before I get to drilling, I just want to make sure that this drill bit is going to in fact fit. And of course, everybody knows it's the best option to just eyeball something when you've spent about 9 hours of work on it already. Folks, it is absolutely essential to wear your face mask, your respirator, your goggles, all kinds of protection while doing this. And yes, I totally did it. You got to take my word for it. So now we're just going in with super glue, getting this back plate mounted, and everything's good to go. I did take a couple dabs of super glue and put it up underneath the horns. So this is it. All in all, I mean, it turned out pretty good. I really wish, like I said, I paid more attention in the white areas on the skull because there's not much detail there. But either way, I mean, it actually, I'm quite pleased. It looks pretty good. Let me know what you think in the comments. Whoa! Did he really just make the Mythosaur? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And guess what? I appreciate you watching. If you like this video, guys, come on. Share it for me. Subscribe. Do all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. I wish that I had paid more attention in the beginning with the white clay and just put a little more detail, because it shows up in the end, but I got to live with it now. But it's still a really cool piece. I think he turned out all right. If you liked what you saw, like and subscribe. Share the video, man. Thank you. I love you. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.